Nick Bosa spoke this week. Will you tell people what happened?
Yeah, Bosa came to the podium yesterday. He was taking questions, and he was asked for something he believes he does well that he doesn't get the appropriate level of credit for. And his answer, and this may be a slight paraphrasing of what he said, but he said, me and Eric are the best edge setters in the game. So it raised a question for me, right? When I thought about it immediately, I was like, well, that's a stretch. I mean, yeah, maybe Bosa is one of the strongest in the game, but Eric Armstead tends to struggle with the mobile quarterbacks. I've seen him step inside one too many times, allowing Russell Wilson to put the dagger in our back. And then I thought about it, though, and aside from mobile quarterbacks, which it's fair to say that mobile quarterbacks give fits to basically every team they go against. Every defense that plays a quarterback like Russell Wilson struggles with a quarterback like Russell Wilson. So I went to, okay, if it's not the mobile quarterback, what about the running backs? Well, in fact, the 49ers have gone since December of 2019 was the last time they allowed a 100-yard rusher. So it raised a question.
And who was it?
Lamar Jackson. It was a mobile quarterback.
I don't even know the last time a running back did it.
Yeah, I mean, before Lamar Jackson, I have to imagine in that season, I think we did give up a 100-yard rusher earlier in the year, even though we won some of those games.
Yeah.
But it raises the question of, is Bosa right? And I wanted to get your perspective on it because I know that you watch more film than almost anyone I know.
I think he's right. I think he is right. Especially against running backs. Like handoffs, it's real tough to run at either one of those guys. You're better off. What people have success with against the Niners is running right up the gut because they use that wide nine. They spread people out, and you can kind of move either defensive tackle. It doesn't matter who.
By definition, the wide nine lanes are wide.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're really good at setting the edge. That's really not where you want to attack the Niners defense. You want to go right up the gut. They're right on that. Now, the irony is, if I remember correctly, and I think I do, the dagger in the Super Bowl was whatever the Chiefs running back's name
Williams.
was. Running to the left and Bosa diving and missing, and that being a touchdown that really ended that game. So, yeah, but that's like the only. Sorry, I had to bring that up.
Painful
Nick,
outlier that you want to drag back for us to relive now.
Nick is so strong. He's might be the strongest defensive end in the NFL, and then Armstead is freaking huge.
Yeah. The wingspan.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I've been really hard on these guys about not containing quarterbacks, mobile ones. What they did against Kyler Murray, who's the most elusive quarterback in the league, was just phenomenal.
So
maybe they figured it out because that's the hardest assignment, and they just did it. Wow.
It does make sense that type of rush pattern where you need to contain a quarterback is much more similar to the way in which an offensive line needs to operate. Everyone needs to operate on the same page. Right. You can't have one guy going rogue and saying, I'm going to take him down myself, because that's when you dive, miss, and he's outside the pocket,
right?
And you're gashed. So it makes sense that it would take a bit more time to develop over the season, and now you're seeing it, you saw it week 5.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a very good news for this week because the Niners are going against a excellent running back, Jonathan Taylor. And if the Colts are going to win, he's going to go for 150 yards. And I don't think a running back's done that in a very long time. And when you have not just those two guys setting the edge, but Fred Warner in the middle, even those defensive tackles are getting washed out, this is a really, really good run defense.
Yes, and it will be critical because Jonathan Taylor is definitely primed to gash this defense if they're not containing. He has ripped off sizable runs several times this season. And if the 49ers can get away from that 80-yard gash, the 80-yard touchdown run, they have a real chance to contain him under 100 yards. And so it's all about playing sound football.
I think Jonathan Taylor should change his name to John. So he could be John Taylor.
John Taylor is far better
Great
of a name.
Jonathan Taylor, also good, but not as good.
As you know, Grant, it's all about the single syllables.
Yeah, and having the same name as 49ers legend.